Hey, what's up guys? It's Riku. Welcome back to another video, man. And today we got some controversy to go through. Now, I don't know what happened within this last week, but as this video title says, the Sykunno files has just dropped. So I don't know what this guy did, but we're gonna find out. Now, before we start this video here, I guess explaining everything that Sykunno allegedly did, I don't really know. I don't want to put any bad juju beads onto Sykunno if he didn't do anything. So, you know, I'm a person of evidence. We like evidence, we like to actually see the facts. We don't like just to assume things about people. That's what we do on this channel. But before we get into that, I wanted to kind of, I guess, explain for anyone who does not know who Sykunno is, who he is, which I don't really understand how you don't know, because he was popping back in 2020 quarantine era. He was popping. Now, this is Sykunno. He is basically like a real life Deku, if you will. Now, if you don't know what that means, Deku is like an anime character from My Hero Academia. He's known for doing the most weakest, sorriest shit possible. Oh, get the power of friendship. Ass shit. That type of anime shit. So this nigga embodies that persona. Another way to think about it is basically that Sykunno is the embodiment of the Wattpad anime shy, feminine type anime boy that girls love, or at least like Asian girls. I don't know about any other type of girl, but Asian girls eat this shit up like chocolate, my nigga. So he's known for this. He is, I think he's 30 or something or above there at this point, probably like 35 at this point. And you know, there's so many compilations and clips of him saying the weakest, but also I guess it's swag at the same time, because he's using that shy Asian anime boy swag to get and pull people. He has an entire fan base revolving around just fantasizing over this nigga. So this is crazy. You know, I'm not gonna throw any shade to him. I don't really rock with how he does things in terms of communication with the other gender, but it works for him. So, you know, more power to him, man. But again, there is a controversy. I don't know what's going on, but a lot of people are talking about it, and I just want to see what's going on. But you know me as Riku, as a guy that likes to be on the internet, I like to know everything that's going on. So, you know, we can learn from things, we can gather information. The only way that bad things will continue to happen in the future is if you don't look at the past. So, you know, whatever he did, if it's wrong, we can all learn from this and know not to do that on the internet, or like not to treat somebody like that, etc. This is how we grow as people. But as soon as you start ignoring the past and just looking at the future, that's when fuck ups start to happen. So I just dropped some knowledge for y'all. Whoever wants that knowledge, take it, man. But yeah, I think I yapped enough. You know me, I like to pad out my videos with at least a little 2-minute yap session before we actually get into the main entree. So hopefully y'all laughed or got a little chuckle, or like even some insight from what I just said right there. So without further ado, let's hit play. Alright, Sykunno, don't be evil. Don't be like an Epstein type of nigga. Please, help.
Massive day for the unemployed. The Sykunno files just dropped.
Exposing Sykunno, a serial cheater, master manipulator, and dangerous predator. Whoa! These are crazy accusations. Is this like a whole goddamn essay, my nigga? Oh shit! Okay, I was not expecting that shit. Serial cheater? Okay. Master manipulator, that can be debated, but a dangerous predator, that's the one that is really shining out on the screen to me. Dangerous predator. What does that entail? I don't know what's going on, but that's crazy. A predator basically means that he is looking at little kids in a sexual way. So I don't know if that's true, but if that is true, Sykunno, what the hell are you doing, man? You need to be locked up like EDP. Even though EDP got free for some reason, I don't know what the fuck, or like not even that he got free, but he's free. No one even did anything to that nigga, and he did some crazy shit, heinous shit, sending feces to little kids. That's crazy, but I digress. That's very interesting.
That it's insane.
This is, whoa.
Don't know who Sykunno
damn, that's an actual essay. Actual essay. Pages, my nigga, pages.
Don't know who Sykunno is? He's one of the Chinese streamers who would play Among Us.
He's Chinese? I thought he was Japanese. Okay.
That's crass.
In this video, we'll be looking at.
Yeah, I forgot to add that. This guy blew up off Among Us. He was on crazy. I shit you not. If you were not there, you were under a fucking bear. I don't know how anyone missed that era, but he was popping off on Among Us, man. That's when like I got into Moist Critical, and that's about it, man. I don't know about anyone else from that era, but I got into Moist Critical from that era. But okay.
A video that Mugen made in collaboration with the victims, as well as some responses from.
Got this Terraria music in the back, man. What the fuck?
I just thought, yo,
this nigga's a predator. Why are you putting this music in the back?
Because it's about to get disappointing on Valentine's.
Whoa.
Go.
Because it's about.
What do you think about Sykunno? Disappointing. Valkyrie, bro. People used to ship these two. I remember this shit, man. And she was not going for it. She did not like that nigga at all in that type of way. But that shit was funny. I feel like he liked her, but of course she didn't like him, so it shit never worked out. But that was very interesting. Damn. Okay, so she's obviously saying that it's disappointing because she believes this shit. So she may know something that we don't, because again, they were all in like the same friend group. I forgot who else, but it's like the entire Poggers community. They were all in the same fucking friend group. Ludwig, Valkyrie, Pokimane, fucking Sykunno, Lily Pichu, like type people like that. So they were all in that bitch. And you know, like speaking of the Poggers community, it's kind of interesting because I was just thinking about this before I started this video, that controversies like this are perceived completely differently depending on which community like the YouTuber or streamer is from. So for example, in the Poggers community, if you get accused for cheating and shit, niggas are gonna be throwing fucking sporks and tridents at your ass and tomatoes and feces at you. Like, my nigga, you're done. You're canceled. It's over. But say now we go into like the Kai Cenat Speed WL community, as they call it. I don't know what the fuck that even means, W and L. Okay, those type of streamers, DDG, shit like that, Ben the Don, I think that's how you say his name. But you know, streamers like that, if they got accused for the same exact thing, they would be perceived completely differently. Like in that community, if you got accused for cheating and shit like that, they would just say, oh yeah, fuck them hoes, yeah, that's what we talk about, we like cheating. Like, I kid you not, it's a completely different mindset in that community. So it's just kind of interesting just to see the different perceptions that people have on these different communities, you know. But anyways, let's continue.
How to get disappointing on Valentine's Day of this
oh,
year.
Hell no.
I was followed on Twitter by Sykunno. I thought it was amazing that such
perfect
a
timing, huh?
content creator even knew I existed, let alone followed me on social
yeah,
media.
He wanted them buns, man.
Role model and someone I looked up to for
wanted
a long
them buns.
time, ever since my days in high school. I love the way this Chinese guy lied to all these women and gaslit them in Among Us. No wonder he was so good at Among Us. He was an imposter.
Oh hell no.
Sykunno is not the kind,
literally
soft-spoken character you see on stream. He is a serial cheater, liar, and manipulator.
Yeah, bruh.
Status to get what he wants.
My nigga. Again. And you know, like, of course this could all be fake. I don't know, I really don't know, but just go with the hypothetical. If this is true, it makes sense. No 30-year-old nigga actually acts like this. There has to be some type of manipulation or character at play to where he's not being his true self. So I already knew off rip that something was fishy here. Why is he acting like this? I always question that. Now again, if this is not true, then everything I'm saying can, I guess, get tossed out into the fucking dumpster. But as of now, I feel like I already had this assumption about him. He was a bit weird, a bit off, skinwalker ass nigga. But let's fucking continue.
From as many women as possible. More specifically, the ones who are smaller up or up-and-coming content creators, knowing he can take advantage of them. Below, you will find evidence that will expose his calculated pattern of love bombing and manipulation.
Love bomb,
okay.
Okay.
Recording of a voice call where he explicitly admits to all the wrongdoings and everything.
Oh shit.
He is 34 years old. How is he still an e-boy, bro?
That's what I'm. No, really he became a. What do you mean still an e-boy? He's been an e-boy since the upcup. What the fuck? Since his upcoming. Like, by the time he was 29 or 30, he was already doing that shit. So I don't know what this guy is saying. Like, he's been on this fucking wave forever.
How socially awkward
that's his brand.
He was innocent in an endearing way. He was a boy failure that needed a woman to fix him. In a nutshell, he was this picture,
boy failure,
almost allergic to other women. He just couldn't handle anything romantic. He would get too flustered.
Never trust a dude that covers their mouth when they laugh. Our first
that's some evil shit.
After Valentine's Day, I was so excited about him following me that I told a friend who then urged me to strike up a conversation. I finally worked up the courage to send him a DM and he replied right away. Are you still looking for a Valentine's date, perhaps? Sabrina Carpet Bomb. What?
Whoa.
You can't just open up with something like that. And besides, Valentine's Day is almost over where I'm from already. I mean, we can always do a Valentine's Day.
She was trying to really get piped down, though. What the fuck is this?
Invited me to play games with him. In the first conversation, he brought up what kind of games he liked to play and invited me to play with him after a convention. Oh, do you want to play Eureka Legends? You know, so far it doesn't look bad. He says he can heal her with a healing kit and asks her what games she plays. I play it, but I'm pretty bad. Can you carry me, lol? I play Overwatch a little, but I'm most useful on core
does she like
the turret, but they nerfed that apparently.
Like, I'm confused if this is just like playful, completely platonic flirting, or if it's actually like she wants to get dicked down. I don't really understand, but
carry you in game is crazy work, but let's move on. After some more boring conversations about gaming,
he said boring. My nigga, it's just regular conversation. Why are you hating, bro?
Still the same day as the first conversation. Oh my, that's crazy.
Yeah.
We moved to Discord at a few hours apart since I'm EU time zone and he's US time zone. Things started out innocently enough with him inquiring about fun things to do where I live, such as aquariums and conventions.
Okay.
TwitchCon EU specifically. I'd like to point out that I said we could go
typical
on a date
default
for Valentine's.
Okay, like she actually wants him,
or that he wasn't single. You wouldn't get it. Sykunno's married to the game. So then he did the unforgivable thing of following her private Instagram.
Whoa.
I also learned that there is a 15-year age gap between us.
What the fuck?
You know, is this person because
15.
you DM'd him
so
first.
like,
I don't know. The math ain't math.
When was this done though? Like, he was like 32 or something, so she was probably like, let's do the quick maths on this real quick. Hold up, man. Let's say 32 just to be safe. Minus 15. What? 17? I was giving them years to, like, I could have done like 30. I did 32. That shit says 17, boy. Whoa. I hope that's not the case. Okay. Hopefully he was 33, even though that doesn't really make it better. This is still like on some weird shit, but god damn, what are you doing? And he just turned 34, so this couldn't have been this year, or like, I don't know when this, if he was 34, she was 19, still a crazy age gap, but you know, people back in the day used to do this shit, but if she was actually 17, that's crazy. I don't know what age she was, but that's scary, man, that's scary.
For this one, making plans to move in together.
What?
My
nigga, she's 19. She doesn't know where to even fucking go to school at yet, man.
It was like he could make anything I wanted happen, and as someone as prolific and successful as him,
talking to,
no reason to doubt
she's talking about this nigga like he was Jesus or something.
He's the Among Us guy. You can't be trusted, even if he's joking. 2 days of knowing someone talking about getting a cat together. Crazy work. We had known each other barely for a few days, and this 34-year-old man was
why'd you point that shit out like that, though? What the fuck?
Together to live in the same house. For how you gonna DM him first and then age shame him? Put some respect on his name. He used a VTuber when talking to Bernie Sanders, and yes, that's true. In this
34-year-old man.
Sykunno said he's only ever had one relationship in his entire life.
Oh damn, okay.
I would eventually found out that was a lie, and he's been dating and living in the same house as his girlfriend for years, and I was not the only girl on the internet that he spoke to on.
Wait, what? Wait, so it says that he had been dating and living in the same house as his girlfriend. So does that mean like him and his girlfriend were broken up and he was still like just having hoes come throughout that bitch every fucking Saturday or some shit? Or like, were they still together? I'm kind of confused, but that's interesting.
On a daily basis. Why are you shocked? This dude is 34. He saw
1991, bro.
He was old enough to cry. I've only actually dated someone once and they broke up with me. So yeah, I think I'm just not very good. So it's probably just a me issue. We texted every single day, and these interactions would be charged with flirting and suggestive topics. I would send him suggestive pictures and audios, and he would confirm that he had himself to them. Additionally, it always
I mean, he's still a man. Like, again, I feel like people are shocked about this type of shit because he really portrays himself as like an innocent fucking cat. My nigga, this is a gorilla, my nigga. He's just in fucking cat fur. But if you see beneath the fur, this is a regular gooner ass nigga. I assure you not. I don't think that's the right phrase I just said. I kid you not, actually. Not assure you not. I kid you not. He is just like us, man. People really put these people on a pedestal so much to where they can't even fathom that he jacks off or some shit. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. But he, like, this is normal.
Good on his
I guess.
Persona. Oh, that's a nice backside you got that yet while he's covering his mouth or something. On top of text,
yeah, like all that shit. I can see that. I can see through your fucking lies and eyes. Sykunno, I can see through it, man.
He was quiet because his girlfriend lived with him and he didn't want her to hear. Hey, don't.
So that's weird. Okay, so what does this mean again? What does this mean? What relationship did he? Oh, okay. Well, it says his girlfriend, so obviously they were still together, right? Or I'm kind of confused on this part still. But
quiet because his girlfriend lived with him and he didn't want her to hear.
What?
Hey, don't let your girlfriend stop you from finding your wife.
Because in reality,
okay, so he was cheating.
Mirage,
then
this illusion, there was a master manipulator, a serial cheater, and a predator.
Okay, predator is a pretty big
Song
word. What did he
bruh.
do? Did he do a jungle clear and forget the scuttle crab? That's punishable by death in China, by the way.
I don't play League of Legends, so I didn't get that joke.
Tell them though is that he had been in a monogamous relationship since 2021.
Boom.
But you don't have to take my word for it because he admits to everything in a recorded voice call with the victim herself.
Patience, guys. We'll get to the call. Christ, I know you guys don't need that much stimulation. Come on. Whoa, he sent her $81 to buy her the new Resident Evil game.
Man, that ain't shit, boy. You better send him 81K.
On gym dates.
My nigga, you're Sykunno. 81 is some measly shit. What the fuck is that?
Predator.
Okay, this one's absolutely crazy.
What?
Like, fun helping each other.
I mean, yeah, a lot of people who go out to the gym, go on gym dates. It's just fun helping each other during workouts.
Other out during workouts.
A predator.
Okay, this one's absolutely crazy work. I haven't dated much, so you have me now. My XP bar is low. Bro, that's some.
What's going on? Whoa. Like, I gotta keep reminding myself that this is a 32, 34, 30-year-old. It doesn't really matter at this point. He's 30 and up saying that type of shit. This is like below my level of game. Like, that's something I would say, but again, I wouldn't say that, but I do use like game references in conversation because that's just how I talk to people. Is fun because like a lot of the people that are my age understand what I'm saying, but again, that's people my age. My nigga, you saw the Twin Towers get fucking 2 airplanes inside that bitch. So your game should be completely different in like a different generation. He's like using Gen Z game because he's trying to blend in, my nigga. He's like 30 using game that like people in our generation use. That's weird. Like, he should have his own like generation game that kind of makes sense for his age, but this does not make sense to me. I guess that's as best as I can explain that, but yeah, it's just weird that he's using like 19-year-old Riz, which makes sense if you're 19, but he's 31 or 30 or whatever.
Crazy work, and people were kind of clouding this.
My experience is a little low.
Are you serious? Oh no, even in the call, this dude is still doing the voice. Holy Riz of the century. That was low-key hard as hell. You know, I kind of wondered if you've ever yourself while watching what I send you. What?
But why?
What the fuck?
Why would you do that?
Okay, I mean,
bro said maybe. I want a yes or a no.
What the fuck is that fucking dog?
Why would you do any of that?
Bro.
This is so weird. This is weird. This is such weird texting for a grown man to be doing. I don't understand this. I don't know. Maybe I was raised differently with like different morals, but this is unforgivable. I don't like this shit at all. This is disgusting.
I want a yes or a no.
Like, she's more masculine than you, my nigga. What the fuck is this? I want a yes or no. Like, direct. What the fuck is
yes?
Maybe. What?
Bro said maybe. I want a yes or a no. Yes, maybe? Of course I have. How could I not? Sugar daddy. Less than a month. A yes or a no. Yes, of course I have. How could I not?
Whoa.
Sugar daddy. Less than a month later, Sykunno would randomly ask for my PayPal account in DMs, then he'd waste no time in sending me money unprompted, something that I'd later realize was simply a behavioral pattern that he'd employ with women he'd expressed interest in. I want to reiterate, I have never asked him for his money, and he did this on his own volition. He bought me both a gym jacket, linked below, Resident Evil 9, because I expressed interest in the game. Hate to be that guy, but you could have returned the money if you didn't want it, so why is this even a point? Oh, here comes trouble, make it double, a calculated pattern of love bombing and manipulation. After speaking to Elfilea a couple days ago, we were both able to corroborate our experiences with Sykunno and learned that we were both victims of his. Okay, the biggest crime I see is the hotmail. Sykunno is known to send hundreds of dollars to the girls he wants to get involved with.
Why is it playing Claire Obscura in the background?
This screenshot is from when he took my friend Elfilea to Paris during the 2025 TFT tournament, along with sending her 500 euros to help her move into a new apartment. Unk is down bad, paying for based on the messages, they seem pretty happy to take money from him.
He's paying for pussy and he doesn't even have to. I don't really understand that, but okay. Like, she threw herself at him, so that's kind of interesting that he's still doing that. That means that that is in his blood system. That is his genetic coding to do that shit. That's weird, but fuck it, man. Fuck it.
And like go on trips and stuff.
At 100,000 viewers in one stream, he was gaining 500,000 followers every single month.
And he couldn't even drop a band on the hose.
That Sykunno had the highest female demographic fan base compared to any other
streamer. That's what I was saying. This guy was popping with the little Asian girls.
Male phenotype, and all these women fell for it.
It would also allow him to be one of the only male streamers to constantly be able to hang out with a majoritarily female friend group without him or them getting in trouble with their fan bases due to jealousy.
Girls would straight up ask him, why are you single? And he's like, I play too many video games. I have to play Jack's top lane. Wait. Not that kind of predator.
Okay.
As Elfilea spoke with Sykunno, should tell him about
that was a tone-deaf-ass joke, but okay.
Someone else about how Sykunno had a roster of
readily
available women and how they all coincidentally were smaller content creators who wouldn't dare touch him if something went wrong. What are they scared of? Is he gonna ban them from the Among Us tournament? Ooh, Sykunno's girlfriend. The coincidence would lead me to finding out the truth about Sykunno.
Scary ass music, man.
A popular male VTuber tried to slide in my DMs to presumably get in my pants, and when I rejected him, he immediately started to mention nasty rumors about Bao. Out of concerns for her, I reached out to a mod who then connected me with Bao. The three of us struck up a conversation when I mentioned I was nervous about a date I was going on.
No disrespect,
they asked me who it was. You know. When I said my date was Sykunno, they immediately told me not to go on the date for my own personal safety.
Oh shit.
Safety is number one priority.
So this is Sykunno's girlfriend. I've lived with him for over 2 years. We have been together since 21. Everything he's planning with you are things we planned together and talk about and have done. I'm sorry.
What?
What many of these women didn't know is that he'd always lie about the fact that he's single, that behind the scenes he had a neglected and depressed girlfriend that he'd been with since 2021 and who
this sounds like some bullshit.
In the same house.
Oh hell no.
Kind of a dickhead. Cheating is cringe. One who has goal that behind the scenes he had a neglected
cheating on a depressed girlfriend
he'd been with since 2021 and who has lived with him since 2024 in the same house. I mean, he's kind of a dickhead. Cheating is cringe, but like predator.
Why is she still there?
Master manipulator and dangerous predator looks inside. My face went PNG. And then the girl who exposed him dropped the I am beyond disappointed in you.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
Okay.
And my day is ruined.
Oh, and the call. Holy 17-minute call. Jesus.
That's gotta be like a lawsuit that she just did right there.
What's it?
Probably never talking again.
You and me?
He's still doing the Among Us voice from 2020. Is he voice acting?
What? Why?
Is that not why?
What the fuck?
Why
he's still in character.
With you, but you didn't cheat on me. You can still talk to me and be like make up for your actions. Don't get me wrong, because I always am there for second chances. But I never really forgive you for cheating on her. That's.
Why would you say that? He's a bad person. Why would you ever give this nigga a second chance? That's weird, but okay. Hey, people live their own lives, man, and have their own values. I don't value that. If I see that you're a cheating ass nigga, you're cut from the fucking roster. In any form of the word. Rostered as in friends, family, relationship partner, anything. You're cut from the roster. You're done. If you're cheating, I cannot trust you around me. So I don't know why she would even say that, but that's interesting.
He's saying they don't want to talk anymore, and she's like, nah, you can still talk to me, but I don't forgive you.
You're telling me how you wanted me to come visit you in Vegas, and how you wanted to go on a date, and how you were serious about me, and how you really meant it, and how you
She sounds like her PFP, bro. Yeah. They both do.
Yeah.
This is some anime shit, bro. What the fuck?
Why didn't you just break off the relationship then?
Because there's a combination.
What does that mean?
Remembering how it was, some part of me hoping it would go back to that, And
Well, obviously it's not gonna go back to that if you're actively cheating on her.
Not defending Sykunno, but this person sounds stuck up as hell.
It's only gonna get worse. I think that's really on you, bud. And I know
What the
you're
fuck?
smarter than that.
I'm not.
I mean, for fuck's sake, you're a
She sounds like
34-year-old man.
she's-
Yes, you are.
She's
Stop
smiling as
acting
she's saying this
His
shit.
age
Or like
isn't
smirking,
some
like,
kind of mystery. You chose to be into this
like,
47-year-old
okay,
man.
chill out.
You knew damn well in the back
Chill
of
the
your
fuck
head
out.
that wasn't gonna end up well.
It's just not funny, bro.
I also find
not
it funny
funny.
how these random e-girls came out with this and not, you know, the girlfriend who he cheated on. Sykunno's friends are all coming out saying it's disappointing, which, to be
Disappointing.
fair, it is. Cheating is cringe. You're the lowest of the low if you do it.
It's
Are they
really
still
not.
friends though?
Cheating
Like,
just
is
bad.
Valkyrie still fucking with this
She
nigga
hasn't
in
done
any form of the
anything
word?
to ask for it to be cheated on. It's pretty cut and dry. You can still talk to me and be like, make up for your actions. Exactly. So there's still no excuse for you to cheat on her.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm just as confused as all of
Duh.
you. But you can still talk to me if you want. You know, no big deal. Maybe we could play some Among Us with
Yeah,
your
it's
other
weird.
friends. This stuff was pretty silly. The debunker had to chime in.
It's not a tactic if the
XQC.
person is asking for... Brother, it's not a tactic about money. If the person is asking for money and begs to receive money, you cannot say this. It has to be unprompted, unwarranted. It has to be, and even if it has to be after reluctance and resistance.
This is the clearest he's ever spoken. This nigga's very serious about this shit.
Well, I don't think I should be taking this. And you still do it? Wrong. Wrong.
You know,
Okay.
stuff is really unemployed when XQC starts to make sense.
So, that's what I'm saying. Like, this guy's very articulate in this very
One thing
moment.
that actually str-
Again, XQC is correct. These women don't show any reluctance to taking his money, so the fact that they think this is a gotcha is a bit of a flaw. Summary. Fake scumbag e-boy turns out to be as pest expected, and
Sex pest.
clout-chasing e-girls can't take
The fuck does that
accountability
term
for
even mean?
hurting
Sex
themselves
pest?
so easily because they wanted attention from someone rich and famous. Expected. He's not a predator. You don't have to sensationalize it. You all just acted like ghouls trying to use each other. Lily Pichu also chimed in saying, I feel like I don't really know who people are and it's a lot to unpack. I try to believe in people, but I've ended up disappointed so many times. I'm becoming more closed off. I'm taking a
Smart.
few days off. See you guys later. Stay safe, stay
Damn.
comfy.
He's
I'm
cut
not
from the
even
friend
gonna say
group.
His friends turned on him because the dude straight up cheated. Like,
Hopefully
you know,
he does
whatever.
not
I
blow
don't
his
really care
brains
that
to
this dude
smithereens
cheated on his girlfriend,
with
and
this
I don't
type of
understand
bad
why everyone else is pretending
publicity.
they do either.
You're wrong about the Sykunno situation. It was between two consenting adults. You can't be mad at two consenting adults. I don't understand why you're upset.
This was like Hiroshima 2 for the Asian girls. It was devastating. But Predator? Really? Piece of sure. Asshole? Definitely. But let's not just throw these words around.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a 15-year age gap, so
like this guy coordinated the release of this video because he's a.
I don't know about that, man.
Laser. Like this is just it's uncharitable. Like it's
At
not
the best,
manipulated yet.
like at the best possibility, she was 19. At the worst, she was 17. So, or actually 16. But fuck, god damn, boy, that's crazy. Hopefully she was at least 18. Hopefully, bro. But if not, it's literally raps.
dirty
Because it
game
can
boy
be,
facade to
but
lure
it-
women
I
Oh
into
my
a false
God.
narrative.
Also, one of the girls was straight up telling him she doesn't have money and she used the crying emoji.
I need money. I need money. You getting money? Oh my god! Don't do that! Stop it!
XQC was not a
What?
fan of this Mugen video. He was calling him a glazer and their beef was escalating. He was so pressed for some reason, he even left a comment. Let's check it out. If he can only date people that are as or more famous than he is, then who could he have dated during his peak era? There were literally 0 creators who would qualify for that. Please clarify. He could have dated Pokimane, his girlfriend. He could have simply dated his girlfriend that he lived with and not lied to her for over 5 years while playing
5
dating simulator with
years?
every female content creator in existence. But sure, man. Let's instead farm clips calling cheating based. Real classy.
I just thought, yo, he's kind of the GOAT.
So this old clip resurfaced of XQC giving Sykunno advice back in the day, and it aged like fine wine.
You could get a girlfriend a date for like a whole year if you just. What? You want, yeah, man. Chat.
A whole
I explained it
year.
very well, chat. Guys.
What the
I
fuck?
gave you some golden advice,
XQC
and you
is
took it to heart,
crazy,
man.
bro.
What can I say?
Whoa, it's almost like two things can be true at once. The girls that
See,
exposed
again,
them are weird.
if this was done in like the Kai Cenat community, niggas would be probably glazing Sykunno, but since this was in the Poggers community, that shit was not Poggers to them, so they just started going crazy. That's how it goes, man. I mean, but it's bad either way. I'm just saying how differently this would be perceived if he was in a completely different sphere. But since he's in this sphere, it's over for him. pretty much.
Weird, and he's also
This
a
is
piece
bad.
for cheating. Crazy. If you made it this far, you're forced to subscribe to my channel because we
Hell
both
no.
know you're unemployed as hell and you fit right in.
I'm employed. Oh, damn! What type of pacing was that? Okay, I felt like there was like at least 30 more minutes inside this video. Shit was hella short. Okay. I mean, my final verdict is that he seems to be a cheater and a bad person in some type of way, because I don't know, your girl is depressed in your house for 5 years and she knows that you're doing this type of shit. That is some weird fucked up shit. I don't really understand why he does that, but you know, what can you fucking do, bro? He was always the imposter, man. I knew it from the way that his voice and his mannerisms are. He was an interesting specimen to observe, and it turns out he was on some weird shit. So yeah, man, if y'all enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If not, go and hide. My name is Riku. Goodbye. That's a bar right there. Fly high.